The courtroom was silent when Michael Anderson, a tired single father in a worn-out military jacket, stepped forward with trembling hands, carrying more papers than hope. The judge's cold eyes scanned him, lips curling with impatience. Whispered laughs echoed behind him. To everyone watching, he looked like just another struggling veteran fighting for custody of his daughter. But nobody knew the truth, that beneath the rough exterior was a man who once outsmarted battlefield strategists and cracked codes that saved lives. A man who sacrificed everything. A man moments away from shocking the entire courtroom. If you believe kindness, second chances, and humanity should never die, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to channel name for more stories that touch the soul. Michael took a shaky breath. His heart was heavy, not from fear of losing, but from years of fighting battles no one saw. After war, he returned home to find unemployment, medical bills piled high, and a wife who walked away, unable to handle the trauma that never left him. He wasn't angry at her, people break differently. But it left him alone, raising his 6-year-old daughter Lily, the only light in his darkest nights. The case was brutal. Lily's maternal grandparents claimed Michael was unfit due to PTSD and financial instability. They were wealthy, polished, and confident, dressed in expensive suits that shone like power itself. Their lawyer, a smug man with a voice smooth as oil, assured the court they could offer a better life for Lily. Better meant money, never love. Michael clutched a small drawing Lily made that morning, a crayon house with 2 stick figures holding hands. She wrote under it, "Me and Daddy forever." He swallowed his pain and stood tall, not as a broken man, but as a father ready to protect his only reason to breathe. But the judge was already annoyed. His tone sharp as a blade, he mocked Michael's lack of representation, insinuated he was wasting court time, questioned why a jobless veteran without a degree thought he could win a legal battle alone. Every word cut like shrapnel. People snickered. Michael felt humiliation burn through him, like standing naked in front of the world. What no one knew was that quiet nights spent unable to sleep became years of studying law from library books and online resources. He couldn't afford a lawyer, so he became one for himself, driven by love stronger than fear. The grandparents' attorney presented polished arguments, citing disability, trauma, income. His voice echoed through the courtroom with confidence. He painted Michael as unstable, unpredictable, emotionally unfit. Michael held back tears, fingers gripping Lily's drawing like a lifeline. The lawyer smirked at him, amused, certain the fight was already won. Then it was Michael's turn. He stepped forward slowly, eyes fixed on the judge, not pleading, but resolute. He began speaking softly, respectfully, but every word carried weight like marching boots on asphalt. He presented evidence, medical documents showing ongoing therapy, records of part-time jobs, proof of savings. Then he dropped the first shock, he recited legal statutes from memory. Exact phrases, section numbers, precedents. The courtroom shifted. Murmurs rose. The smug lawyer blinked in confusion. Michael continued, voice gaining strength, as though years of silence finally broke open. He spoke about raising Lily, feeding her when he had barely enough for himself, comforting her through nightmares triggered by distant thunder, teaching her to ride a bike in a parking lot at dawn because daylight meant unwanted eyes. His love wasn't fancy, but it was fierce, raw, unwavering. He described her laughter healing wounds war could not. He shared memories of bedtime stories, her tiny hand resting on his scarred one, promising one day she would be proud of him. The judge leaned forward, interest replacing mockery. Michael revealed messages showing the grandparents rarely visited Lily when her mother was alive. He brought photographs, Lily learning to cook with him, her first day at school with handmade lunch, her tiny arms hugging him after therapy sessions. He explained PTSD wasn't weakness but a battle he faced every day for her sake. He even spoke about nights he cried silently so Lily wouldn't hear, fighting demons no one else could see. The court no longer laughed. He pointed out flaws in the opposing lawyers' arguments. Politely, calmly, but intelligently. He cited case precedents about veterans' parental rights. He referenced landmark rulings on emotional stability versus financial capability. He questioned how wealth could outweigh love. The opposing attorney stumbled, objected several times, but each objection was dismissed. Michael countered them precisely, like a soldier dismantling enemy traps. The judge watched, stunned. Finally, Michael read Lily's crayon letter aloud. His voice broke halfway, but he continued. My daddy makes me feel safe. I don't want a big house. I want my daddy. Silence heavier than war filled the room. A woman in the audience wiped her tears. Even the grandparents lowered their heads, guilt creeping into their eyes. The judge sat back, expression softening, the man behind the gavel emerging from behind duty. He asked Michael one question: what keeps him going? Michael whispered that love was his anchor, his reason to breathe, his reason to survive even when bullets stopped flying but memories didn't. He said Lily wasn't just his daughter, she was his hope. The judge sighed deeply, eyes misted, then delivered the verdict. Michael won custody. Gasps erupted. Michael stood frozen, tears pooling, not like a soldier this time, but as a father finally allowed to break. The grandparents approached him later, apologizing, offering support instead of battle. They realized love, not wealth, was what Lily needed. Michael forgave them, not for their sake, but for Lily's future. He carried Lily out of court in his arms that day. She wrapped her tiny hands around his neck and whispered she knew he would win. He smiled for the first time in years, sunlight greeting them outside like a new beginning. Neighbors came, the story spread, people saluted him with respect he never asked for. A local firm even offered him work, impressed by his legal brilliance. Life didn't become perfect overnight, he still fought memories and bills. But now he fought with hope, with his daughter's laughter guiding him home every evening. And soon, he started helping other veterans who couldn't afford lawyers, turning his pain into purpose. He wasn't just a single dad or a veteran anymore, he became a symbol of strength, resilience, and love powerful enough to move a courtroom.